G2 here. The LeBlanc is just such a tremendous power pick right now. I just can't see them getting past it.
I have to agree.
I think you include Trick there as well.
I think you include Trick as well, for sure. But you have like kind of an all-star lineup. Expect, okay, maybe he's a little middling for the rest of the team, but he's still looking well. And let's see if he can make a big name for himself there, forcing the flash onto MMD, and Trick is right at his back for first blood.
Really nice pathing coming through. Survive the laning phases. Okay, so they're trying to respond here. They know Nautilus had to hang back, went for a back. They can get first pick to be big. And speaking of big,
but they got to be careful not to give up a kill, and Perks is going to have to flash and double distort in, or out rather, as he got exhausted on Sword Art had the Nether Grasp. Meanwhile, MMD got back up the top lane, but that tower is nearly gone. Sends a depth charge, and Trick is low, but he turns into a spider, sinks the fangs in, and he goes up in the air. What goes up must come down, and MMD is going back to Fountain.
They just own this topside jungle. They've already taken the top turret. Nautilus is for some reason at his destroyed outer turret, and here comes some friends.
Expect slices and dices his way in. Karza, he finds Perks on the side of it there, but the curtain call is getting opened up by Betty. One shot, the second's going to miss, but Expect finds himself without a whole lot of allies here, and now Trick is stuck in Rune Prison, surrounded by Flash Wolves, and he came to the wrong neighborhood.
A delayed lane to enter lane, even in a 1v2, and no kill pressure involved as... And now we see Sven and Maple. Eventually, there's a lot of Flash Wolves in mid.
Expect. Okay, Sven goes on the hunt. He has to burn his flash, and Karza follows him for a quick kill. In comes Mithy, though. Might be a bit too late. He's all alone. Brings himself no allies to the party, and there are a lot more Flash Wolves there. A few ultimates burned. G2 find themselves down and be able to send the dual lane to deal with them right now. A lot of G2 members stacking around mid. Let's see what happens here. Perks goes in. That he takes a big chunk of damage, but he's right on top of Sword Art once again. The curtain call is going to get opened up. Let's see if Perks is going to be putting on his dancing shoes. Silence, stopped up. He goes in for Sword Art, but Betty blows him away.
Just too many members. Support rolls in, puts down 2 wards, exits. Suddenly the LeBlanc split push is that much safer, that much more predictable. As turret dive going to be at least threatened from G2.
Oh, Mithy's coming in right now. Trick stopped up for just a second, but it looks like they're focused on this tower. Perks goes around the backside, but it was just a fake out, and MMD now is coming for the flank up. Dominus on for Expect, but can he live through it? Mithy getting chunked, but he's got the Grey Health still available. Nommed up by Mithy. Grey Health is getting melted through. Perks just can't get enough done. Flashing forward, it's MMD looking for another auto. Mithy flashing, there's Maple, he gets one, and they're going for a Realm Warp. Right into Expect, no, he gets just out of vision range and jukes them out. It ends up being a 1 for nothing. Yeah, unfortunately for G2, they kind of put all their eggs in the snowball basket, and it started off well and good with a couple of kills and pushing up towards the top side, but that has turned the other way around as MMD absorbs a whole bunch of damage, and Expect gets grasped by the Malzahar. Sword Art coming up big with his ultimate. He's taken low now. Dominus is on, but he gets pulled back in by the dredge line. Mithy noms up Trick, and Expect has his Guardian Angel pop. G2 are contemplating taking another fight, but the curtain call.
One shot.
A lot of shots, and Sven doesn't intercept the last one with the spell shield up, but they took a lot of time there, and meanwhile, Maple was busy on...
At I Am Oakland, I was like, I don't know what to make of this guy. He was doing the famous rookie thing on AD carry where you're caught farming too often. Thinking of being caught.
Ooh, who's catching who right now? Expect's just going to walk right into him, and they're going to bring Mithy. All of a sudden, they want to make the big play, but they're going to have to get out of dodge right now. Teleport is canceled. They're back under a healthy turret. But Flash Wolves are feeling frisky. They're looking for a collapse on here.
How much does that turret mean, Pyro? We're not sure yet. MMD's considered. Do they want to open up here?
Oh, this is a dangerous dance right now. Ooh, the Voidling intercepting the Cocoon. They look for MMD, but the curtain call is opened up.
Watch the
They
teleport.
nom up the Nautilus, but Expect is put right into the back line, and I don't think he's tanky enough to survive this. Sword Art is even going to live through the burst damage of Perks. And now Karza tags his way in. MMD in the front line. This is exactly how the Flash Wolves want to play it, as Maple takes down Mithy, and they're bringing the party right into the back of G2 Esports. Oh my word! Sven and Trick, the last men standing. Flash Wolves are not going to be able to finish the job, but they pick up nice 3 kills right there, and it looks like they might be turning for Baron.
And early in mid-game is well and truly over, Pyra. They thought they'd caught someone, but in fact, they were the ones who were caught. Really nice turnaround from the Flash Wolves. The teleport was the start. They're turning onto Baron. Trick is still full health. Same level as Karsa. He needs to pull out a miracle.
Well, let's see if he can do it. This Baron is taken down low. There's no vision, but Sword Art might run smack dab into him here. He's going to have to make the big play. He goes up in the air, and the spikes are flying. No, it's not going to happen, so no chance to get back any blast cones at the last second, but it is too late, and he ends up donating a kill Sword Art's way. The Flash Wolves, they are owning this bottom side of the jungle, looking to break into the base with the Baron-empowered minions. Maple hanging on the backside. He doesn't even need to get involved right now for the Flash Wolves to start shredding through this turret. The one Mountain Drake coming to bear. G2 just don't have enough damage to get it done, and now Sven is targeted up, eaten by Mithy for a moment. In comes Perks fresh off the fountain. Maple delivers himself into the fight, and it is the inhibitor that they've got eyes on. Shy of 30 minutes into this game, they will knock it down. And make G2's life a little rougher for the next few.
Yeah, G2 ran the show for 10 minutes. Doesn't really have any answers, barring a pretty catastrophic mistake from Flash Wolves.
Well, Flash Wolves haven't shown any signs in this game of making those big mistakes. So big 5-man, they're just going to juke it out. Right over to the tower, in comes Perkz, but it's a smidgen too late, and they're going to be able to get that one nice and quick. MMD still tanking up the front, and he dredge lines away. Chains land on him. This is the chance, but Mythic gets bopped down to 0 without even using the gray health. Karza comes in, nearly takes down Sven. Maple finishes the job. It's a double kill. Trick is skittering away. Betsy's having the game of his life, shooting the curtain call shots, and his only Perkz remaining as the GA brings Expect back up for the moment. He'll be able to heal up on Fountain, but their base is falling to pieces.
Yeah, Minion Waves pushing in multiple lanes. This is going to be the first game, not a 45 or 50-minute slog. A really smartly played game from Flash Wolves. They knew their windows. Sure, Perkz are going to try to be cute, but this should be the game.
Close that window right on G2's face in 32.5. Flash Wolves take game 1 of our grand finals.
As Flash Wolves finally return to their level of play we saw in previous days. This Flash Wolves was largely absent in their last series against H2K. Much credit to H2K with how they started.
We predicted it for the wrong reasons.
But it's the same kind of idea as the Leona targetable CC.
Sure, Edge of the Night can come through it, but it's not in any way the more Malmortius. Looks like offensive play around mid was a possibility. Now we're watching bot. There's Rengar ultimate.
Yeah, Betty and Sword Art were way pushed up right now, immediately flashing an AD carry. Double TP's coming in. Trick is locked up, but now Mithy has come to bear.
Equalizer.
Down the equalizer. Sword Art is going to be the first blood, and Betty now getting charbroiled. Down to 0. Sven picks up a kill, and with 4 members bot.
He sees the red carpet roll out and knows there's no chance to turn it around.
Yeah, and now playing with some more confidence. G2 are looking to make a play on mid. Mithy sends the anchor flying, but Maple is the one who flashes away from it. He's got all the mana in the world, and Perkz doesn't have too much more, so Mithy's actually going to get stunned up, but it's all a bait. In goes the Rengar leaping. The bullet strike is there. Another auto. Perkz looking to fire a few more down. Flashing forward, finishing the job. Unleash the power. Perkz gets it and tanks a tower shot on the way
HP, so isn't having to worry about that going down, because suddenly then Syndra will also be dictated to. We get dictated, but seeing us see a teleport, actually might see a Dragon Force here from both teams.
Yeah, Dragon started, but now they look for MMD. Mithy and Trick are on top of him. He's pretty tanky, but they send the depth charge flying. Perkz is waiting in the brush for Maple. Sends the shock blast, goes to the skies. Exhaust is on, but Maple unleashes the power. It doesn't do too much to Perkz. Meanwhile, back on the Dragon, Karza looking for a steal. He goes to this, he nails it, and he makes it out with his life, but the red carpet is out here, and MMD is looking to push Expect back. He manages it. Flash Wolves come up with the objective.
Flash Wolves, remember, this was where G2 set up as Flash Wolves took objectives in top. They're going to take down the Drake, but there might be a turn.
Here's the reaction right now. Teleport's going to complete, but immediately Expect is banged right to the wall. Trick is isolated. In goes Mithy with the depth charge onto Betty, but they're split focus right now. G2 are looking for something, anything. Can they find a kill? It doesn't look to be the case, and Perkz is taken down to 0 by Maple, and now Flash Wolves are collapsing on the rest of the G2 squad. The red carpet gets thrown down, but Karza hops, skips, jumps onto Trick, who's burning, finally going down. MMD leading the charge, and Sven, spell shield is not enough. Down you go. It's 4 kills to 0. The pressure is just bouncing at the moment. 21 minutes, and they've got damage to spare. Betty might be taking a little bit low, but without any response, there's no way. Not do enough, and Maple, he's got some backup in the form of Betty and Sword Art now. G2 just hoping to stop this bleeding, and it's not gonna be enough. Maple with a massive pickoff. 2, in fact. 1 on Mithy, 1 on Perkz. They grab the tower, and the train just keeps on rolling.
That comfort on the side of Flash Wolves is coming up so big. Maple will soon be, it looks like, 4-0 on the Syndra. Happy to blind pick it, happy to take whatever matchup it gets. Does great things on it. Base broken so early. 23 minutes in. That's going to be an inhibitor. Hey, what about 2 inhibitors? Why not? Sadly for G2 and Europe, they can only watch.
Trick is just throwing the ball out.
Super ordered in game 1, understanding when they're behind, and then turning it on when they got an opportunity in game 2. Falling behind, but again, where was the acceleration from G2? Where were the setups for the J Siege? We didn't see them, and now it feels like it's just the killing fields for Flash Wolves.
I don't think Trick saw that one coming either, and even Sword Art gets the kill. Perkz going in, finally gets the shutdown onto Maple, but Karza turns right back on top of him. Expect is trying to boil down the bug. It's just not going to be enough. MMD finding Sven, knocks him into the wall. The hammer goes flying, and Betty cleans it up with a cool volley. 24 minutes in, once again.
To sit there and kind of go through our minds, because they're always relevant. They were always making quarters, semis, being relevant factors, but the big one has never really been there. It feels like it's close. Maybe not on that engage, although...
Maybe Karza, he just completely eliminates Sivir off the map right now, and even with 4 members, they're able to push in here. G2, they're going to have to find a miracle hold, but they are losing their last inhibitor. It's 25 minutes. Flash Wolves, they want to go for the end right now. They have pressed the gas pedal to the metal the entire game, the entire series, and there is nothing G2 can do to stop them.
Rengar's just in base, is finally going to come out. Super Minion's going to crash. Waiting for Flash Wolves to do it, although G2 might look for that fight.
That's the last equalizer, and G2 were hoping it was going to equalize somebody, but MMD, he tanked the majority. Everyone else had already backed off, and now with a couple of balls flying, scattering the weak, it's towers being fired down by these super minions. G2 are putting up a front of resistance, but it's just not coordinated. It's just not enough. Trick is going to have to flash back, and he's taken down by Maple. Everyone's retreating to the fountain. Expect's going to go golden, but there is no chance of redemption. There is no chance of victory, and the Flash Wolves have taken it all, 2-0, to become the IEM Katowice World Champion.
This tournament was supposed to be the coronation of Europe. 3 big players, one of them surely to take home the trophy, but it's the coronation of the Flash Wolves, finally winning the big one, finally winning an international tournament with all